I got to see generosity as a receiver recently. I was having an awful week. I'm a full-time college student, and I work a pretty tough part-time job. So school was busy, finances were busy. I paid my car payment twice, and so I had no money that month. And I got to work, and one of the ladies from church had come and left just a bowl of random Oreos and lotion and pretzels, things like that, and just a little card reminding me that God is faithful and that I'm not alone in all of this. And it really comforted me and showed me God's faithfulness and how He cares and how beautiful it is when the church comes together and shares our lives. I cried a little bit, but it was wonderful just to see that someone cared and had thought about it. So,
God's generosity. For me and my wife Ruth, His generosity appears in the form of His presence in our lives, and not just our lives, but our children and our grandchildren. Within the last month, our son began a new teaching job in District 196, which is a stretch for him and a challenge for him. And our daughter is now in full-time ministry at a church in Richfield. And that God would use all of our lives to reach other people with the love of Jesus Christ just shows me incredible generosity on His part. He's not done with us, and He teaches us every single day. His presence in our life is generous.
I've seen God at work in my life in the last 2 years, helping me build strength and courage through a tumultuous divorce process. And I've been the receiver of many gifts of cash money to help me through various difficult financial problems.
I would say that generosity has impacted my life in the opportunities I've had to give back through giving of my time, both at church and through other organizations, and just to see the difference that you can make in someone's life and how God really blesses you. And that so many times I walk away feeling refreshed and renewed by giving of my time, and it's a great feeling.
I'd say generosity has impacted my life in a number of ways. I actually just graduated from college, and in that through working, just getting a job, I definitely make way more money than I could have ever thought I would before. And through that, I really decided that giving was going to be a big part of that, because I don't know, I can't imagine myself going to talking to God as I get to heaven and Him asking, I gave you so much, and me just saying, oh, well, I had other stuff I wanted to do with it. There's so many things that I think I can do with all that He blesses me with. And this, I believe that's the same for most of everyone in this church. And through giving, I've really been able to recognize my own sinfulness and my hold that I hold to material possessions. And God has really just been clearing that away through just kind of giving. That's all. Yeah.
God's generosity has impacted my life in surrounding me with many Christian friends, always placing the right people in my life, my being able to share with others. I work with the Acts group here at Westwood, and we share with people at the Christmas time, helping them with Christmas gifts. We help with the food shelf and giving them food. And Christ is just really evident in our lives when we're being the hands and feet and the voice of Christ.
I'd like to encourage you to be a cheerful giver. Your tithes, your time, your talents. I personally am blessed to be a blessing. I'd like you to refer to Malachi 3:10. Bring all the tithes into the storehouse, and I will open the windows of heaven for you and pour you out a blessing that there shall not be room enough to receive it. Be a blessing. Be a giver. God will bless your socks off.
My grandma is 85 years old, and she continues to write me handwritten notes about once a month, and I reply with handwritten notes back to her. She's not on email. But included in those notes every month is often a $20 bill, and she calls it my coffee fund and sends me to Caribou every month with that piece of herself, but also she is so generous to include that $20 bill so that I can enjoy some coffee, which I love.